All right, there we go.
Here we go.
Yes. Hello, guys. My name is Tabs, and welcome to Tabs Hope Up channel. We are here, like I said before, to encourage someone out there. Hope Up channel is all about giving people hope, inspiring, and encouraging. Today, we have the most gorgeous women. I am so happy to have Wairumo Kimani in my channel. She is the woman that we all look up to. We want to know, who is this gorgeous Wairumo Kimani? What motivates her? We have a lot to talk today, so Wairumo Kimani, be prepared. We all want to know you, the secret behind you giving, the secret behind you doing all this fundraising. And so, Wairumo Kimani, karibu sana, and please introduce yourself.
All right. Wow. My name is Wairimo Kimani. Victoria is my name, my official name.
Okay.
Lakini hiyo ni is an official name. So I don't use it on Facebook. I use my middle and my last name.
Okay.
I am a mother. I am a wife. I just celebrated my wedding anniversary not too long ago, on Wednesday actually. 10 years.
Wow. Congratulations. How many years?
10.
10?
Yes.
Okay, you will tell us the secret.
Yeah. It has taken the hand of God, actually. I am a mother of two boys, a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, grade 2 and kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
And it's a little family. I was being expected to get more, but hapo ndipo niliweza kufikisha. And then I put a padlock.
There is still time.
No, I've closed as far as the babies are concerned. I am done because I have a lot of things that I do. I mean, and when I had my kids, I had to stay away from a whole lot of things for 4 years. It's not easy when you have a passion to do a whole lot of things, ministry, charity work. You feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. So it was not easy, but there's time for everything. You just have to take that break when you need to, and then resume when you have to. So basically, that's who I am. I am an self-employed. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my company several years ago in 2013. And yeah, I've been there. It's a home care. Home care. A lot of people confuse. Huh?
Before we get there,
okay.
Kuna mahali umejump. First of all, I would like to say thank you for coming to my channel. It is an honor to have you here, and thank you for honoring my invite. I really feel special to have you. Really humble. Thank you so much. So you have told us who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love to know about your background before we get to know what you do for a living. A little background, yeah.
Anyway, I was born in Kenya, in a place called Kiambu.
Oh, okay.
And I have 5 siblings. I'm the 4th born. Lakini nimefuata twins. So I'm kind of considered as the 3rd but 4th from a family of 5 siblings.
Okay.
Of course, I went to school in Nairobi. I studied in Nairobi, and then I went to Kiambu, a place called Githunguri. I went to high school there.
Okay.
And then I stayed for about a year and a half, and then I came to the USA.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So you came to the USA at what age?
I'm not. I was just through high school, kidogo.
Right, yeah. So we can to Najua. So how was life like when you were growing up? Are you from a well-off family? How was your background? Katikati, chini, juu? Ulikuwa mtoto wa Sonko?
We were not poor and we were not rich. We were in the middle.
Okay, wow, good for you.
Yeah, we were in the middle because we didn't lack anything. My parents did the best that they can at that time. My dad was working for the city council, and my mother was a teacher. And yeah, they hustled a lot to bring us up. I can't say that we lacked anything growing up. Of course, we had our own challenges here and there. You know, a family of 5 kids, you won't have everything, but at the same time, you won't lack anything. But you don't have the things, you know, the things that people desire. Hatukukuwa na hizo. So hatuwezi sema sisi we were masonko, we were just there in between.
At least nyinyi mulikuwa katikati hapo, hamkulala njaa, hamkwenda bila viatu.
No.
So you guys were good.
In fact, my mother was very I'd say my mother was very goal driven. She was not gonna settle for less. And my mother was always wanting to aim higher. As much as we didn't have as much, she took us to Nairobi for school.
Oh wow!
Because she didn't want us to. And I grew up in the village. I am a village girl. Na kulikuwa na mashule huko kwa village, but my mother did not like village life. She hated it. She hated village life. She taught in Nairobi schools. And her children went to Nairobi schools. Like so in our village we were considered Apple just because we went to school in Nairobi. Yeah.
And so your mom was a teacher, right?
Yes, my mother was a teacher. My mother has taught several schools. Huh?
Your dad, you said you was working for? Your dad?
My dad was working for the city council.
Yeah, so obviously I see those days in Nigeshagi, you guys were up there. So I bet even in school, you guys were treated differently, especially mtoto wa mwalimu. Where you guys were like...
Actually, no. Wacha nikwambie, there were kids. There were kids who were way over there. Because I went to a school whereby we had children that studied there from very top ministers in Moi government. We had Elijah Mwangale's son was there. We had some others, Kipruto, Arap Kirwa, some other big names in Moi government.
Okay.
And then, you know, we had doctors, we had big attorneys that had their kids there. So there were those small cliques and classes. I did not belong to any of those top cliques.
Okay.
You know, we rode the bus to school. Saa zingine tulikuwa tunapata like in the village it has rained and then you know it's red soil. Ile nini ya mashambani. So it has rained, so you guys mmenyeshewa yani. Kufika Nairobi, it's not rained, it's everybody's dry. So they're looking at you a certain type of way. And on top of raining, umeanguka kama mara 3. Kwa hiyo una matope.
Uko na matope.
So yeah, so it was crazy. You had to kind of keep up with that kind of lifestyle. We tried. You know, there's a top choppies, and then there's a rich kids, but they are not chops, and then there's you villagers, but you're trying to fit. Nevertheless, it was okay. It was okay. So there were other people in better positions.
Okay.
There were other people in better positions. However, I can't say that tulikuwa in a bad off. No, I cannot say that. I think my parents did very well at that time.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Now, you just told us you came to the USA immediately after Form 4. So you came for studies, you came with your parent, or how did you get here?
I did not come immediately per se. I did a little college for 1 year in Kenya.
And what
Lakini sikumaliza.
What did you
So
pursue?
this was after high school. I went to Kenya School of Professional Studies, and then I did another one in Westlands, and then I came. Kwa hivyo sikukaa sana after. It was like about a year and a half hapo. So when I came here, of course, there is hapa watu wanafanyanga CNA and then you go to nursing school.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I was not thinking I was gonna be a nurse because you know when we are from Kenya, you always want to be either a flight attendant, you want to be I don't know what,
anchor.
Yeah. So me, I was actually thinking I was gonna get into the airline industry and become a flight attendant.
Okay.
Lakini nikakuta mambo ni different kwa ground. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's going to nursing, you know, and you don't even have a choice because umeingia vitu zako zimetafutwa mbio mbio na umepelekwa class ya CNA.
Yeah.
Like you don't choose because that's what everybody was doing. My mother was in it, you know, my siblings were in it, everybody was in it. I mean, the people that we lived with at that time, everybody was a caregiver. So aukuji ati sasa ati you start thinking ati nitaingia MacD ama nianze kuuza huko whatever. No, it's picked for you. It's picked for you. You just have to do what everybody's doing because hey, that's where the money is and that's where you'll not need a whole lot of whatever. Utaingishwa tu na upate kazi.
Well, and
so that's what happened.
Here as a family, the whole family, your
my parents came via a green card, lakini mimi nilibaki kidogo and then I came.
Oh, right. Okay, I got
so nilibaki kidogo because you know there's the financial aspect. I mean, you know, and it was my mom and dad and my younger sister, my last born sister. Lakini mimi kuna hitilafu ilifanyika kwa hiyo makaratasi. Kwa hivyo I did not travel with them, but I did travel with them after say a year and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, so then I came. So when I was left with under the custody of my aunt, who is a sister to my brother. She's the one who moved into my parents' house.
Okay.
And so me and my brothers, two of my brothers, and my elder sister was married at the time. But mimi na brother zangu wawili tulibaki na auntie.
Okay.
And then now I traveled here.
And so how was it like your mom and your dad and one of your sister wamekuja and nyinyi mmebaki? Like how was the feeling?
It was very hard. It was actually more hard for my mother because now she's wondering, okay, nimeacha msichana kamemaliza high school. Huyu mimba automatic. Straight up. Yeah. She's gonna get pregnant. That's it. I have messed up my child. I don't know what to do. So it was so hard. In fact, my parents wanted to go back. Lakini waka-encouragewa, you know what, just, you know, hey, stay. Hapa maisha si mbaya. And then, you know, when they came, and they've started working, unaona ile pesa unapewa ukipiga hesabu na ile pesa ulikuwa unapewa shule as a teacher, unaona you're making that money within like 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're making your salary a month. You're making it within 2 days in the US.
Yeah.
So when my mom alichapa hesabu ya Wakikuyu, akaona, you know what? I must stay. I must stay. It's not easy. But I'm gonna stay. But you know what? It was hard for me too. Very, very extremely hard to see them go because I was included in that package. But then because of the way the paperwork was filled up and a whole lot of shenanigans, I was left, not for my own mistake or not because I didn't qualify to come with that part. It's only that the paperwork was a mix-up. So when I went to the embassy, I was told, no, you cannot travel with them. They'll have to file for you and petition for you to come. So that's how I got left. So it was not easy. It was not easy. And then there is the villagers who are telling you, mama yako alikuacha. Wewe, sahau. Hao wakienda kwa wazungu, they don't remember their kids. So it was all these constant noises. Olewa, wewe olewa. Like, and then, you know, I had a lot of guys who were kind of chasing after me. So it was hard. It was this, I was feeling like I was being pulled, you know, in every direction because there's a villagers who are telling you, hey, onawajare, aliolewa the other day, wewe unangoja nini? Like, ukifikisha certain age.
Why are we like that though? Why do we assume because so and so, you know, ameolewa, everybody guys in that village would get married?
You know, in the village back then, I don't know about now, it was an achievement to get married. Such an achievement. It was crazy. When they heard that Wairimu is getting married, it was such an achievement. It was such an achievement, even higher achievement than a college degree.
Yeah, I think.
Or,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Right. It was, hey, alipata mudhuri, nini, you know, this gossip and the women are getting ready and all this. There was this hype and energy and just the momentum, and it was crazy.
And I think
And
those
then,
things are still going on today, back in the village.
yeah. And
Think
then
in the
again,
city,
watu
fine,
wa
but in
rika
the village,
yangu, they started getting married one by one. So here I am. Nimebaki nyumbani. Nimebaki Kishagi. Wazazi wameenda, wameniacha. And I am being told to get married, but my mom is like, no, don't get married. Vitu zako ziko karibu. They are very close. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. I was to hang in, until now I hang in kabisa until I came.
So
Thank
how long
God.
did you wait?
About a year and a half.
Just a year and a half?
Yeah.
Now already ulikuwa umeanza kuambiwa uolewe. Wow.
Si ndio? I mean, that's village life. And remember, you're just a teenager. You're young. You're very young. Yani hata hujakaa sana, like you're young. So unaambiwa uolewe now. What are you gonna do?
That was tough. So how was it to live with your auntie?
It was very good. My aunt
Great.
is very, very good. She's very bubbly. She of course understood she's not my mother. I was a little bit rebellious because hey, you ain't gonna tell me nothing. My mother is not you, and it is, you know. But then again, the way I was brought up, we were brought up by two disciplinarians. I mean, yani alikuwa na kugonga unaona kesho. It was that bad. My father was he was bad news, eh? And then my mother too. We didn't grow up with the honey mommy type of mom. No, we didn't grow up with that. We were like, well, you know, that kind of talk.
Yeah, yeah, I know it.
So when you're raised like that, you have this fear in you that hata ukienda mahali, like you're unaenda happy or whatever, you still feel the presence of your father. Hata kama yuko majuu, you're still in, whoa, this is not the way I was brought up. I was brought up that a certain time I am supposed to be out of here. I need to go home. True. So that helped me a lot when I was left, because I just didn't do anything just because I was left. I did not just do anything. And then I grew up. I was brought up with that respect your elders, whether they're your parents or not, even though there was a little bit of kichwa ngumu, high school kind of thing. I still had that respect, because of course I don't want my aunt aende ambie mama yake, my mom or my dad, huyu msichana wenu ameanza kichwa ngumu, ameanza. I don't think my aunt can really say that I gave her a hard time. Honestly, I did not give her a hard time. Good. We had a very, very wonderful relationship. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now umefika US. Well, let's say 1920 Apple. You have to do CNA. How was it like? Like how did you feel about being pushed to do CNA, or someone having to make decision for you to do CNA?
You know what? I did not even go to CNA class until I got married. Believe it or not. What happened, even though they were trying to get me to the CNA class, I got a job immediately. I mean, I got a job like, 3 days after I came to the US, I already had a job. And I had a 14-hour job. So, of course, there was this church that had just, when I came here, there was no church. Hakukuwa na kanisa hapa nini Seattle. Really? It was just this fellowship that used to be called Kenya Fellowship of America, KCFA. And then there was this noise that there's kuna kanisa inaanzishwa, and people are finding that really like, whoa, a church, you know, like, oh, it was big news, like, who's gonna be the pastor? And then kuna ile kelele ya sijui kuna pastor, the pastors wenye wameordiniwa, they had straight up from the pub, ni watu walikuwa wa mapombe, wakahubiriwa, wakaokoka. Sasa badala they sit down under the cover of some pastors so that they can be developed in the things of God. Wao walitoka huko, they started a church. But hey, there was no church in Washington, so everybody was excited about it. So there was mixed reactions. There were people excited, and there were people who had beaten the whole thing down. So maybe because I was still kind of new, I was among the people that were excited, because I was trying to imagine, mimi nimetoka Kenya, like we did church Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, like church all the time. There's youth, whatever's. kila
Yeah.
kitu So now I'm imagining this place hakuna church na nini. And I came here saved, by the way. So hey, church imeformiwa. So now people are starting to have friends and all this. So this guy who kind of was catering for me, he's the one who saw me on that Sunday. Akaniambia, hey, so ulikuja Maju and welcome and blah 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 blah. By the way, kuna job. I'm trying to surrender this job. Can I come and pick you up? Nikupeleke hiyo job. I train you. It was the first job was taking care of a shosho. Kashosho kengine kalikuwa, she was 98. And so it was taking care of her. So it was me from home kuingia job, and here I am. I'm seeing a naked 98-year-old woman. I'm feeling as if it's a curse. It's really a curse. Like, what's going on here? We have to sweep her and bathe her. And not only that, that's not even the issue. Is the fact that it's a man who was training me to wash the bottom and the front part of this 98-year-old. My friend, that did not register well. It was scary. It was all these questions, and of course, he's gonna tell you, my friend, this is what people do. This is what men and women do. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to sail with the boat and do what other people are doing. So it was crazy, but then of course, hey, kazi ni kazi. And of course, my mom had not given me an orientation about it. My parents, my mother was working in a nursing home.
Nobody had prepared you.
Nobody had prepared me mentally, even though they mentioned that there are some crazy kinds of jobs. I mean, it's just mentioning. But when ukienda kwa ground, now when you're there to do the actual job is when reality hits you, like, whoa, okay. So meaning my mother is also bathing men naked. Yani, it's all these things running in your head. You're about to explode at that moment.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
But then again, you have to kind of allow the people that are helping you, give you some therapy to kind of adjust. You have to adjust, my friend. This is what people do here. Yeah. And I don't even think there were so many nurses at the time, because there was not so many people in Seattle when I came. There was less than 100 people in Seattle. There were just a handful of people. Right now, there's almost 40,000 people in Seattle, Kenyans. And everybody knew everybody at that time. Everybody knew everybody. So anyhow, yeah, so I came in and I started to work, and in fact, I stayed there for, almost 3 years. And then when that shosho died, because she lived with her daughter, and the daughter was never married. The daughter just decided, I'm not going to get married. I must stay with my mother. And then I think the mother started having health issues at a long kidogo, like way back then. That made now the daughter decide, you know what, I'm going to take care of my mother. I'm going to quit my job and just become a full primary caregiver for my mother.
Oh, wow.
But because the daughter was also elderly, she was in her 70s at that time, or early 80s. No, in her very early 70s. So then, she started getting tired of it, and then started hiring people, and that's how we got hired to take care of the mother.
Okay.
Then when the mother died, her friends, the daughter's friends now approached me. They said, listen, we think that her name was Dorothy. Dorothy is really going to lose her mind. She used to be a Greek woman, so they used to call her Dorothea. Dorothea is going to lose her mind. Please, because you're the only face that spent a lot of time with her. Do you mind moving in with her for a while? I said, sure. Hey, who doesn't want to get out of their parents' house? Because the parents are still gonna be the parents.
Oh,
hey,
yeah. Definitely. So
at this time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, when Dorothea's door opened for me to go and stay there, I did go there to live with her. But even before that happened, there were other things that happened. That's actually not the main reason why I moved in with Dorothea. It's a whole lot it's a story for another day.
Okay, I'll bring you back. That one you must tell us. I'll bring you back.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, now you have moved in with Dorothea. So when you started the, let's say, the caregiving job, the first day, so you did not go home and say, I'm not going back again, because we have seen people doing it. When they go, the shock, like, this is what I'm going to do, sirudi hiyo kazi tena. So for you, hukupatwa na hiyo, like you continue with the job, you took care of the lady until she died.
Now, while I was taking care of Irene, her name was Irene Mutafas. While I was taking care of Mama Irene, I was only given 3 days with her. So obviously, I'm going to look for another job. So, here now you have to have another job.
Yes.
So I was given 3 days with her. I think it was on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with Irene. So I had to look for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday to Naenda church. A Kenyan who was hired by a certain home care agency, my father called him, akasema, hey, my daughter is here. Can you find her some work for the rest of the days that she's now working? Fine. So the guy found me a job. And I told that story on my platform, and people had a kick out of it, because that's actually that and another job. But this particular job, I was to go to this guy. This guy is DD, this developmentally delayed people. So he was around 58-ish. And my work with him was 4 hours. I was supposed to go and give him a shower, and then ride with him the bus, easy disabled buses, these special buses for the differently abled persons. So I go, I bathe this guy, and then ride with him with the bus. It usually used to come around 1. Tunaenda nae at a thrift store where he used to buy stuff, and then ride back home. Hiyo ndio kazi yenye nilikuwa nimeandikiwa. Go, bathe the guy, ride the bus with him, take him to the store, bring him back home, and then clock out and go home. 4 hours. My friend, here is now the story. The first time I went there, sasa nimepewa, those days we used to use MapQuest, Yahoo Maps, or whatever. We never used to have these phones at sijui map, whatever. Ilikuwa ni upewe kimap. Here is the map, read it, go. So when I got there, I found this little house. It was like a little 2-3 bedroom house. In this house, there is Bob's mother. Let's call him Bob. I don't remember his name. There is Bob's mother, his father, and a sister and another brother. And they are all meth addicts. Meth. Okay? The only person that doesn't use meth is Bob. Yeah. So this house, inanuka vibaya sana. Like the worst smell I have ever, that smell, when I think about it, I still feel it to this day. And that's over 20 years ago. No kidding. Yeah. So these meth addicts, when I knocked on the door, the mother opens the door and tells me, hey, Bob is back there. Even their voices are distorted.
Very heavy, strong.
Yeah. So, okay, then I go in to my client, and the client is there, very nice guy. And so he says, okay, you're going to help me with the shower. I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, so I'm just going to be there. The guy will shower himself. He'll close the door while I wait out there. He's going to strip down naked. A 58-year-old man is not an old man. Okay? So he's going to strip down, and I'm supposed to hose him and bathe him. And I'm confused, because I'm thinking, no, this is kind of weird. Of course, I bathed the little shushu, but then, your mind has already told you, this is an elderly woman. Huyu ni shushu. It's like my own grandmother. Yeah. Atafika a certain age where they cannot do anything for themselves. This is a 58-year-old man. He has both his hands. He can literally pick up the washcloth and bathe himself, but he ain't gonna do it. I am gonna do it. Now that's a little difficult for me. It's a challenge. So I'm gonna bathe the guy. Sawa, nimekubali. Hose the guy, bathe him, dress him up, because he can do it, but he doesn't want to do it. That's why you're hired.
Yeah.
Dress him up, and then bus iko pale. We have to go ride the bus. The bus was always on time. So here, tumemaliza. Okay, now let's go to the store. He used to go to a thrift store. a secondhand store. We ride the bus. It is about a mile and a half. Tumefika thrift store. Okay, haya. So now me, I'm following this guy because he knows his way around the place. Ameenda kwa nguo za wamama. So I'm thinking, gee, this guy is so good. He's gonna buy his sister and his mother some clothes. That's a nice guy. All right. Okay. So he's picking up bras, he's picking up panties, he's picking up some other funny dresses, some really sexy, clothes, dresses. He has a little head thing, America, na nini. Hey, so me, I'm thinking to myself, while Bob, you're looking for some stuff for your mother, wacha niangalie viatu. Let me just swing by hapa. Niangalie, like, if I can find something. Hey,
yeah,
those people have very nice things that they sell. Some of them still have a tag.
That's true, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the ladies section, pandea shoes. Where angalilia mama yako. I didn't even tell him. I just, hey, I'm just gonna go check on the shoes. Not too far away. Oh, don't be too long. So, and then while you're shopping, yeah. So me mnaenda kushop shoes and whatever, just looking around. And then when I turned, I couldn't find Bob. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, where is this guy? Oh Lord, I started pacing all over the store and he's not there. He's not there. So I go to the front cashiers. I ask them, there's this guy that oh yeah, Bob. Oh no, he's in the fitting room. Fitting room. Okay. I thought to myself, okay, ashavuka kwa wanaume. Now he's found whatever he wanted to find for him. So he's in the fitting room. Fine. Yeah. So the lady walked me to where he was because he had his own special wheelchair, whatever, fitting room. Hey, Bob, are you okay? Yeah, is my caregiver there? Yeah, she is. Okay, I need help. Yeah. So now I go in. My friend, the guy is dressed like a woman. Female. Mwanamke, and I'm supposed to fasten his bra.
So he's a Kirea.
Okay, now this is breaking news to me. I have never in my life seen anything like that. He even has this thing that he had, these things that they put on the head, like inaka kimaua, like some funny looking thing. Whoa! So I'm saying, okay, Bob, what is this? He says, no, just fasten my bra. I want to make sure that this fits well. Okay. I fasten his bra. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm looking around so that nobody sees me. And then he has this very short little dress. You can see the top of his thigh. And of course, he has his regular shoes, for male shoes and whatnot. So, Sir Bob, my friend, he's gonna go pay for it, but he's gonna go pay for it like that. So, meaning the cashier will have to look for the price tag so that he hizo zingine zote zake zenye alikuwa amevaa, he's put them in a plastic bag. Yeah, amezieka in a plastic bag. He's gonna walk out of the store like that.
To where? Home?
Wait a minute. So while he's being I pulled another black lady cashier because akukwe na watu wengi. What is going on here? He says, but that's a trans. I'm saying, a trans? What does that mean? I've never heard any word like that. I don't know what you're telling me right now. Tell it to me. Eh? Hawa ni wale wanaitwa transgender. So she said, teaching me, educating me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, what? I am scared, sick. I am praying in tongues in my heart. And I don't know what's going on. I'm totally confused. And I'm asking her, is he going to walk out of the store like that? Absolutely. That's what he does. Oh, my God. So listen, I went in with a man. I got out with a female.
With a woman.
Now, the bus is waiting for us. I'm thinking, oh, my God, this male driver will think this guy. But dereva shamzoea. I mean, this is the same driver that picks him up every day. Anamjua. Mi simjui. So I'm like, oh, my God, I'm embarrassed. I want to cry. I don't know what to say. So when I got him at the door, I said, okay, here is Bob. And out the door, I didn't even clock out because you were supposed to use the client's phone to clock out. I did not clock out. And I never went back there again. That was the end of me na hiyo maneno. I called my boss nikamwambia, why didn't you prepare me for this? Akaniambia, if you're going to live in this nation, utahave kuishi vile hii nation tunaishi, my friend. Utajionea mambo mingi.
At least they should have prepared you.
Yeah, now, you know, people don't have time to prepare anybody. Those days, people didn't have time to prepare anybody.
Wow.
They don't. Eh? Akaniambia utajionea mengi. That's just the way it is. Nikamwambia mimi nimeokoka, sitaki story kama hizi. Ukinitafutia job, nitafutie job ingine yenye iko sawa. The following day, that was on a Wednesday. He found me a job for Thursday. I think this guy was playing with me or something. Yeah. Nayo, it was a 14-hour job. Hey, that's a lot of hours. I'm gonna make a lot of money. We were making like $765. Yeah. Sasa, he need 14 hours. And it's in a very rich house, very rich neighborhood, very rich house. They have a swimming pool. It's just a humongous come and see house. So I was excited. And I was supposed to take care of an 86-year-old woman. Fine.
Hey.
Kuna maneno. This 86-year-old woman lives with 2 sons and a daughter who lives downstairs. Like this daughter has a dog and then occupies a whole 1-bedroom apartment downstairs. So my work was basically to take care of the mother and do a little bit of house cleaning. Sina maneno. So nikaenda the following day, nika-introduciwa, this is my son, sijui who, and the other son had a very big title. He works for the state and a big short type of a thing. Hey, Sasa, the son goes, but the other one will be left behind because one, he's not feeling well. I think he had cancer. And he was not working, but he was in the house, but minding his own business. So me, I'm cleaning. Akaniambia, this guy comes and tells me, can you clean our room? Okay, clean your room. Okay. Well, I'm going. And then napata mangoda zao, some other toys and some other funny things. Really funny things. Hey, I'm just gonna, and I'm not even wearing gloves. Mi nazichukua nazieka, nazipanguza, nazieka. With my bare hands.
Wow.
And then I'm picking up their laundry, naosha, natengeneza kitanda na nini kila kitu. I'm thinking that's just his room. Yeah? My friend, when the other guy came home around 4, amefunguliwa mlango na, let's call him Tom. Amefunguliwa mlango na Tom. They are hugging and they are gonna kiss. Reure, that is, I don't know what. I'd rather even go and deal with a guy who's a trans. This is now a whole new level of crazy. I've never seen it. I've heard about it. Na unajua huko nyumbani, people talk about it huko chini, like
chini ya maji.
You know, na hiyo maneno in Kenya ilikuwa inapatikana Mombasa, not in Gishagi.
Kabisa.
No, it's not things that are real. Even when people talk about it happening, sijui girls are lesbos and whatever, it's not loud. It's not really something to, it's gossip. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it. Whoever told you they're crazy, and you walk away. Yeah. Sasa hii nimeshuhudia mimi, my friend.
Red-handed. Wow.
And then I go back to Shosho Namuliza. Hey, I thought you told me that those are your sons. Yes, that's let's call him Mark and Tom. They are their husband and wife.
Oh, so they are not biological sons.
No, they are gay. That's Mark and Tom. They are in a relationship.
So one is the biological son.
One is a biological son.
The other one is a
other one is a wife, whatever you call it.
Whatever, the in-law.
Sasa mimi hii maneno imenichanganisha. I don't know what's going on. I'm saved. Remember, I'm saved. Sasa hii imenichanganisha kabisa. I don't know what's going on. I'm not comfortable. So on my way home, I'm going to call my boss and tell him, you know what? I would rather remain jobless, but I ain't going to do that kind of nonsense. And that's how I left that job. I never got paid for that job, and I didn't get paid for the other one. Okay? So I never even went to claim for the money because I was pissed off, and I didn't want to go back. So I remained with that kashosho. Then the good thing is that this guy now surrendered all the days and gave me 5 days. That's how now I got to work with this shosho for about 3.5 years without looking for another job. And it was a Monday through Friday job.
I think that was a
Thank God.
Job. You
That
having
was
not
much better
moved,
because
dealing
even
with
the
one person that you know in and out, I
yeah.
think that is the best one can ask for.
Absolutely. So that's how I now got into some serious caregiving and facing the world of crazy and all sorts of things. And you know, when you've stayed for 3 years, sasa umeanza kuzoea hii maneno. Hata even if they send you to a man now, you can comfortably go and date them because now
you'll
you've
be able
talked to
to
a lot
live
of people.
comfortably.
Everybody's laughing at you. You don't want to be the pink elephant in the room acting like all this is crazy to you. So you're gonna have to adapt and adjust in one way or another.
Wow, that was challenging for you. You are new in this country and then meeting with some crazy weird. Wow,
it was crazy. It
I
was
don't
really
want to put
crazy.
myself in that shoes because I really don't know how I would have handled it. It's tough.
It
is
is.
going to a store and then a man is coming out wearing, and then the other person is kissing. Hey, where? Pole sana though.
Yeah.
Now
It was crazy.
I see why you're so strong. I see why you are unbreakable. America has really shaped you.
It is crazy. The caregiving world has a lot of crazy, a lot of people. And you know what? Looking at it now with the lens for 2021, I thank God for it because you get to meet a lot of people. I don't have an issue with gay people. I have an issue with the lifestyle. You know, my pastor says, hate the sin and love the sinner. I have a lot of gay friends. I mean, I have a lot of them. In fact, last week I hang out with one for lunch, business, whatever. So, but you get exposed to a lot of kinds of people and you learn to cohabitate with different kinds of people without judging them. I came from a place of judgment, like I can work with them. Now, if this is 2021 and they are sending me to Bob and to that Tom and whatever, I would have worked for them. I mean, I'm working for their mother. Their lifestyle has nothing to do with me. I would have told them, hey, I'm not going to clean your room. I mean, I'm a little uncomfortable. I mean, I would have stood and told them point blank. And if that was a reason to fire me, then so be it. I'm not going to go and clean their room. I'm hired for their mother. So looking at it now with the 2021 lens, I think now I'd be comfortable working with them because they are nice people. Wengi Wao, they are so nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
They're nice. You may not agree with their lifestyle. You can't shove the Bible down their throat. You're just going to have to learn how to live with them and pray for grace.
That's true.
It is what it is. You don't win people by hating them. You win them by loving them.
By loving them. Yeah. And that is one thing we don't know. And especially we people from Africa, we like condemning and judging people. We don't we can never change them by judging them. But when we love and, bring them closer, we can win them. But for us, we try to push them away. We push them away. We act like the holiest of the holy, which is not really good. Okay, now, you ilikuwa masaibu. Now tell us, how did you start with CNA? Did you start with CNA before you get married or after you got married?
So what happened is that I worked, by the grace of God, God gave me a lot of favor in the caregiving world. I never stayed without a job, not a single day. So, I was doing all these classes. Kuna class inaitwa NAR, whereby you do a combination of short courses and then they give you that state NAR, nursing assistant, registered, whatever.
Yeah.
And I worked with that card for so many years. Then it was abolished at some time. Now people were hiring CNAs, over it was much preferable to have a CNA because, hey, they've gone to class, they can do a whole lot of things versus what an NAR can do. You have to have a CNA in order to work with diabetic clients, strokes, all these kinds of things, hospice. What were NAR, we could only work until a certain place. I mean, you can only take care of people, but where's it take care of other advanced types of people? So my husband talked to me and said, you know what, why don't you do the CNA class? Because when I got married, I actually was looking for a job, and it was very hard for me to find a job with the NAR. Everybody was giving me even conditions. They were telling me, hey, you're going to work for us, but you have to enroll in the class like ASAP. So when I got married, I was now in the job hunting thing. And my husband said, go and advance hii kitu hapana, enda CNA ufanye. So he paid for it. And so I did the class. That's how I did the class in 2013, I think, or 2012, somewhere around there. That's when now I got this certified nursing assistant license.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for how long did you work as a CNA before you starting your own company?
Not too long, because actually the facility where I went to first work with that CNA license, the very first job now as a CNA was in a retirement home.
Okay.
So nikaenda huko through a certain company. And so I worked there, nikafanya. I used to have like 22 clients on my own, and it was all fun because you're moving from one apartment to another, to another, to another, to another, like that. And so I worked so well until I made a name for myself. This company was like, oh my God, we are getting a lot of referrals and a lot of clients because of you. So we're going to make you a supervisor. Sure. And they raised my wage from $8.75 to $9.75.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, well, I worked as a supervisor, nikafanya for about a year, and then I got pregnant and left. Now, while when I got pregnant, I decided my own sister who lives in Columbus, Ohio, has a company like mine, but hers is clinical. Hers is a home health. Because there's a difference between home health and home care. Home care, there's no medical staff involved. We don't hire physical therapy. We only hire CNA.
CNAs, yeah.
And then home health, they hire doctors, they hire nurses, they hire PTs, OTs, and all that whole medical team.
Yeah.
So my sister's is a home health, and it's humongous. It's huge. So she decided she's going to come and open a branch in Washington, and guess who's going to manage it? Is Wairimu Kimani.
Wairimu Kimani, yeah.
So she opened the branch and she started pole pole, but then it didn't pick up immediately. It was a little bit of a challenge, and I had to do all the marketing. Now, here is the problem. You get the clients. They want a nurse. You're not a nurse. So you hire a nurse. They come and they are so smarter than you. They're trying to outsmart you, and they are manipulating and controlling you. And so if you don't meet them at the middle or somewhere, they're not going to go to the job. So you end up losing that client because I cannot go and work as, with the capacity of a nurse because I'm not a nurse.
Yeah.
So you lose the client. So my sister was like, this thing is not working. It is not working.
At all.
And she's in another state. So it became very hard. And then I decided, okay, let me do hospice. So I started marketing myself. I started getting hospice, the care for the people that are dying. The problem is that they would come, last for a week, a month, and then they die. So sasa wale umeandika job, they are there now stranded because you are working and then your client dies. You have to wait for another week or a month. Sasa now they start getting frustrated. And I started getting frustrated. I have to look for clients that are going to last a little longer,
Yeah.
So anyway, and then my sister got tired of the business. She said, you know what, do you want this business? I said, yeah, sure. And that time my husband was also pushing me. He was like, why don't you tell your sister to surrender this business, close the home health and open it as home care. Because when you open it as home care, you can be able to work in the event that, now I came from work. Yeah. In the event that somebody calls sick, then you can go and cover the shift because you're licensed to do that and it's within your scope of practice. Sawa. So then we did an exchange, a transfer. And in 2015, we did the transfer of the business and it came to me. Wacha nikwambie, The moment the transfer happened, the door opened.
Wow.
Remember, when I worked with the other company in the retirement facility, I told you I worked as CNA. I left because I got pregnant. I quit because, of course, now my body's like, I don't want to work. I don't want to blah, blah, blah. And I left. So now, when I had my baby and the transfer happened, I went back to the facility. And when I went to the facility, I found a woman who was there. She's a Kenyan but married to an American. And I said I wanted to talk to the social worker here. Well, the social worker was in a meeting. Ngoja pale. So I was told to wait Ngoja pale. I waited there. When I waited there, when she was done, she called for me. I said, listen, my name is Wairimu Kimani. I want to introduce my company here. She says, well, we already have another company here. But hey, I don't mind taking your brochures. Sure. So, and then she goes like, wait a minute. Where nakujulia wapi? So she spoke in Swahili. I was like, oh. You're a Kikuyu? She says, yes. Nimekuonea wapi? You know, I've seen you. You're very familiar. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know who you are. I said, I don't know. She said, wait a minute. Akaniuliza kwenu ni wapi? So I told her about my parents. She knows my mother and she knows my father. And oh my God, yeah, I know them from like, I don't know when. I haven't seen them in a while. Aniambia, nikamuliza, so do you have relatives here? Akaniambia, yeah, I have a brother. Akaniambia the name of the brother. Nikamwambia, wait a minute, that guy is my friend. Because I remember when that guy had a baby with his girlfriend, I was called to go and pray huko. I used to twanga prayers here mpaka people are like, wow, who's this woman? Who's this young girl? So I was very young when I went and deposited a prayer that left women crying, mothers crying. I don't know how I prayed. I don't remember how I prayed. But I was selected to go and pray at that ceremony. It was a baby dedication type of itega thing.
Yeah.
And I prayed passionately. And I made a very big name for me. And I didn't even know about that. Because I remember the person who was leading the service there, or the person who was emceeing the event, when I was done praying and handed over the program to him, he had cried so much that it took about a minute for him to kind of compose himself. Like, aliuliza, hey, mimi sijawahi sikia mtu anaomba hivyo. Yani, I felt God all over me. I don't know what I'm feeling right now. So it was so hard even for him to continue with the emceeing of because it's like I distorted the whole thing. You know, they were planning on drinking beer. Hawako kunywa. They waited until I left. Na hiyo beer, wenye walikuwa wamepanga kukaa, they didn't stay all of them. It's just a handful of people that were left. The rest of them left because they were saying, hey, mimi after hiyo maombi mi sitaki dhambi. Sitaki dhambi. Sasa, this chick is one of them that left. Mimi ndio nilifunga asikunywe pombe. She's one of them that left with her husband. Sasa, when she mentioned that guy, I said, wait a minute, the last time I saw that guy was in Itega. Akaniambia, but that is where I know you now. Wewe ndio uliombesha ukatuletea shida mingi sana. Hata hatukuwaka. The way we had planned on drinking, yani, we just went home frustrated. Kwa sababu there was so much alcohol there. Like different kinds of alcohol. You came and ruined it for us and left. However, it was in a good way. Because you know what? I've never drank alcohol after that. I have been looking for that woman, that girl, because I was a girl. I've been looking for that girl that prayed. Nimwambia, you know what? I was an alcoholic and you saved my life.
Wow.
Remember, I had gone to look for clients there. Sasa huyu ameanza story ingine hata sikumbuki hata sijui. So now she said, listen, so you're here to introduce your business. Guess what? Mimi nitakuingisha kwa hii facility. I'll make sure that you get the clients that you need. So she took my brochures. That particular day, I left with 2 clients.
Really?
2. That particular day. Now, because I didn't have any employees and I didn't know how to go, whatever. So I'm the one who now started going to take care of them. Kazi yangu ilikuwa kuwapea dawa, kuwaosha, kwenda nyumbani. Then in the process, in the same facility, she gave me a 24-hour. client, which was good because now this 24-hour client, I don't have to do the driving because the 24-hour client can do the 2 clients. I end up paying dawa na waoshe, saves me a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into that facility to this day. To this day. So I run and manage their home care company in that place. So I have a rapport with them. I've had a business relationship with them to this day. And I also have another sister company of theirs that I also run. And of course, I have some others out there.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is
So
really
that girl now is my friend. We hang out. In fact, I need to look for her. Nimwambie, hey, my friend, tuende tukunywe chai mahali. She's my friend. She changed my life. She changed my life.
Now, let me ask you, how many clients do you have?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. A lot.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But you told me you have 96 employees.
Yeah.
Wow. You see how
quite
God
a number.
You have been able to create job opportunities for other people. I'm so
A lot
so
of people.
proud of you.
A lot of people. A
So
lot of people.
how is the job? Is it challenging? Is it really challenging, or is it like any other kind of a business? There is up and down and low. Like, how are you able to navigate?
Every business has its own challenges, especially when you're dealing with people. When you're dealing with people, it's even the hardest. Because everybody that is coming to work for you, they have their own issues. They have their own, the people of the world say they have their own shit.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So you're dealing with hormones, women. I only hire women because in my both facilities, I'm only supposed to hire women.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have a male caregiver.
Okay.
So women are hard. I mean, women, it's like putting 100 women in one place, and there's always going to be a lot of issues, a lot of conflict. People are not getting along. Mara sijui, somebody, say for instance, I see somebody like you, we are working together, nikwambie, you're my friend, nikwambie, hey, I have this job that I'm working in this facility, come and get a job there. And then I hire you because you brought, you brought somebody. I hire you. Now you're hiring 2 friends. And then now these friends, labda wamekosania Facebook boyfriend, wanakuja kupigana kwa parking lot. I mean, I've seen it all.
It must be challenging. Mimi nimepata goosebumps vile umeniambia, like you have to hire only women. Like mwili yangu.
It's crazy.
It's not easy to deal with women. I'm sorry, but that is who we are.
It's not funny.
We want to be recognized. We want to be babysitted at the same time. So it must be so tough.
It is very tedious. It's very, this is why I have a very strong online presence. If you follow my page, utaona vile saa zingine najibu watu. I am very unapologetic. And I have to be that way because when you're dealing with women, you have women that are going to try and control and manipulate you.
That's true.
You have women who act like they know it all, and they're going to try and put you down.
So
you have to remind them, hey, who's the queen of the castle here? It's me. I make the rules and you follow. It's not the other way around. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good you are or how experienced you are. I may be from Kenya and have a thick accent, but I'm very smart. Very smart. You have to be the smartest of them all. Hata kama wako na degree 20, you really have to know how to lead. Otherwise, if they lead you, you're going to have a problem. So every business or every job has its own challenges.
That's true.
So that is one, dealing with people, especially dealing with women. Number 2, when you lay somebody off, you don't know what they're going to do. They're going to retaliate. Some of them are going to go peacefully. Some of them are going to trash you on whatever, on
or try to bring your
wataenda kwa
down.
Google review zako za business yako, and they're going to write all the madness there. And some of them are going to report you to the state. They're going to report you to the state. They're going to say, hey, this person is taking care of. They're going to build a case on you. So if you're not careful, you're going to have a problem. I've been reported to the state several times, but I've always come on top. I've always come out on top because I have my books right. I know how to do my job. I know how to fight the allegations. And you ain't going to take me down. I'm not going to go down without a fight. But you know, you have to have your books. You have to follow the books. You have to follow the laws. You have to do it right, because they're going to ask you for evidence. They're going to ask you for the client patient information. If you don't have it, your goose is cooked.
Yeah, that is why it is very, very important, and especially in this country, to keep everything documented.
Absolutely. Document.
Anything verbally will never be considered as an evidence anywhere. So it is very, very important to keep each and everything documented. Now, let me ask you, because in this healthcare, we meet people from all kind of a walk. Like, you will meet older people than you. You will meet friends, the people you know, or maybe the people like huyu ni mtu wetu. So how are you able to draw the line? Like, hata kama wewe uko na miaka kuliko yangu, I am still the boss. Hata kama wewe ni rafiki yangu ama umeletwa na so and so, you have to know Wairimu Kimani is the CEO. So how are you able to draw that line?
Well, one, I don't deal with them. I have the managers that deal with them.
Awesome.
I don't deal with staff. I don't directly deal with staff. I have the manager that deals with staff, who is a Caucasian woman who doesn't play. And number two, sometimes they'll come to me and tell me, oh my God, she's treating me so well. I'm like, no, when it comes to a job, that's the boss. That's the boss. I can't go tell her otherwise. You just have to follow the rules. If you come to me thinking ati nitakutetea, it don't work that way. So before I hire them, I have to talk to them. I have to remind them. Remember, there's a client, there's the caregiver, supervisor, manager, and you're gonna deal with them, not me. Me, I come in way at the end. Way at the end. That's when I come in. Because you know what? I can still overrule the decision of the manager. I can. I can overrule it. I can change that. But I come from at the back there. I don't directly, that's the one thing I don't do. I don't directly deal with them. I find the workers and then send them to her, and then she picks, because she's the one who's going to interview them and take them through the application process, the hiring process. So whoever impresses her, anamchukua huyo. Okay? So it's not that ati najua mtu ama ameletwa na madheo who it's guaranteed utapata job. No. You have to go through the process.
And that is really good. At least hiyo inakuweka kando na kukuwa na a lot of conflict na mtu juni namjua juni wetu sijui aliletwa na nani. Wow, that is really good. Now, at least tumesikia how you move from being a CNA to owning your own company. And because, like I told you, I have millions of questions for you. And I think we may end up having another session. Now, let's jump to mambo na fundraising. Wairimu Kimani, you have a big heart. How are you able to do all this? Because I have seen you doing back-to-back fundraising. Sometimes, like, you do 2 fundraising concurrently, uko na hii na uko na hii. So what motivates you? What makes you give like a lot? Maybe that is not the best word for me to use, but I think each and every week you have something that you do, either running a fundraising or, you creating awareness, kuna mtu somewhere who needs help and all that. So when did this start? Hii roho ya kupeana, did it start when you were young or after you came here? How did all this start? The journey of you helping the needy?
Well, it started from my father. My father is a giver. My dad used to give mpaka wanakosana na madhi. For real. Wow. And there was no the word no in his vocabulary. He gave, and that's who I took after. Mimi nilijua kusema no wakati niliolewa. Kwa sababu I had 2 options. I either tell them no, or my husband will tell them no to their faces and do it for me unapologetically. Because such people like me can be used, misused, and mishandled.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to tell somebody no and then you hurt their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But now over the years I've learned how to just say no. If I can't, I can't, and there's nothing I can do. So this is how it started with my father. My
Okay.
father was such a giver. I remember when we were in high school, na tulikuwa watu watatu. At one point we were 3 of us in high school. Because there's one of my brothers that repeated akanipata. So we were in the same year.
Class.
And while there was 3 of us in high school, there were 3 other needy kids. My dad alikuwa anasomesha, 2 of them in Alliance and 1 in Dagoretti High School. So you can imagine, money was never enough at home because now he's worrying about those ones, hata si watoto wake. In fact, like the 2 of them, I remember, they never even came back to say thank you. And they just left. Hata hawajulikani walienda wapi. But you tenda wema uende zako. So it started from him. And then when I look at what the Lord has done for me and for my life, I don't deserve what the Lord has done, but he did it anyway. Kwa sababu ya upendo wake. I just have to give back. And how do I give back? Is to touch a needy person. It's just to change the life. When I hear that somebody's life has been changed, I am happy. I sleep.
Happy.
I'd rather even do that than make all the money in the whole world. But here, somebody's life has been changed. What? And I was part of it. Whoa, that's good. See, there's a young boy by the name of Steve Kinyanjui. I call him my son. Steve Kinyanjui's story had been featured in a whatever called Tuko. And when he was featured there, he was this guy, young, very smart boy, amemaliza university.
Yeah,
He's
Rongai.
He
was from Rongai?
Yes. No, I think he was from Rongai. So then amemaliza university, he has 11 or 12 siblings. The mother is a diabetic, very sick. The father is a watchman. Na wakati university kusoma ilikuwa ni shida. Sasa amemaliza. He doesn't have a job. And his story had been brought that this guy is looking for somebody to help him. Now, when his story was brought, my friend, the guy was bullied and trolled. Some people are taking advantage and calling him and telling him, hey, ebu nipate hapa Westlands nikupe pesa. The guy will go and stand there for a whole day. And the guy will not show up. Simu yao inafungwa. So it brought him more harm than good. Mimi, I had surgery in 2019. I had nilikuwa na surgery kwa macho yangu. So I had just had one eye done. And I'm there sleeping in my bed in the hospital. And then I decided, I'm so bored. And then my eye was patched. So I was using one eye to see. I decided, let me go to Facebook, nione nini naendelea.
Yeah.
So the first thing I saw was on the news feed was that story of that guy. So I got interested and I watched it at Tuko. While I was watching it, I thought about my own life and the things that God had done. And I said, you know what, I'm to help this guy. I don't know if he's gotten the help, but I'll reach out and help him. So with the number that was provided, I text him via WhatsApp. I said, hey, Steve, my name is Werimo Kimani. I've seen your story and I'm going to help you establish you in a small business. So the guy thought I was a slay queen. He did not respond on that particular day, but he responded the following day and said, you know what? I've been hurt so much by people and bullied. I don't even trust you. I said, you don't have to trust me. Wait until I do what I'll do. Of course, I came on my platform and I called upon my friends and people, and they raised about 130,000. A friend of mine called Fred Amisi. I don't know whether you've heard of Fred Amisi.
Yeah, I know Amisi.
Fred Amisi was in Kenya. I said, Fred, we're going to send you this money. Go live and do a video and hand this money to Steve. So when Fred, and when I was done raising the money, I called Steve, and Steve was following the fundraiser online, and he still could not believe it. Alikuwa nafikiria I'm using his situation to benefit myself. Na hiyo pesa sitamtumia. So I made an announcement. I said, hey, I've sent the money to Freddie. and Steve, Fred is gonna call you na atakuitia hiyo pesa. And so Fred called Steve, and Steve was still in shock. Even when he went to get the money, he was thought it was a lie. Oh, it's just a whole lie. When he was given the money, he just dropped down and wailed for almost an hour, non-stop. He could not believe it. He could not believe it. And the Lord connected us like that. Now, we had a talk with him. I said, what are you going to do with the money? He said, you know what? I'm so like the businesses that are running in my head right now. So tukaomba for God to give him clarity and for God to direct him. And I said, God, you have established me in business. I have decided to establish this man. I know he's not going to fail. So he decided he's going to establish a fruit stand business as well as a vegetables. He's going to sell vegetables and he's going to sell some juices, healthy juices. And the first week he made 15,000 in profit. 15,000.
Wow.
That guy aliomoka to this day.
Ako sawa.
He's doing very well. And guess what? He got a job through a bank. Kuna one of the banks in Kenya that gave him a job. So now he has a small business. He has a job. He's hired some of his siblings to run the business. And he has a full-time job. Yeah? And then he got married in May this year. He did get married. He married a lady who had 3 M-Pesa shops. So they are doing very well. But they said, if we get a girl, if we get a baby girl, we are going to call her Victoria Werim. Kamani, a boy, we are going to call him John Kimani. I don't care. We are naming that child after you guys. So I thank God.
Oh my
God.
That's
that. Then when I did that fundraiser, it motivated me to do more. And of course, people are coming to me with various needs. It's still very hard for me to say no. So I will pick up a case and look at it and evaluate it, send some people on the ground to go and verify and, just authenticate the situation. And when it passes, then I mobilize people and we go in and we do whatever.
Oh, okay. So yeah, now I wanted to come there and ask you, like, how do you know the legit cases? Because we know, like, everybody wants to be held. Not everybody is a good person out there. We have so many scammers and taking advantage, of the situation. But I'm happy to hear, like, you have people on the ground.
Yes.
Who you are able to send and they're able to evaluate whether the case is genuine or not. Now, come to Baraka Children's Home. I saw you did something for that home as well.
Yeah.
So how was it? Tell us about it.
So Baraka Children's Home, somebody sent me a video. And they sent me a video of these kids a lot of kids that were seated somewhere on the floor in an unfinished, incomplete building that looks like it's gonna fall on them. And 4 kids were sharing a plate. As in 4 little kids were sharing a plate and they were eating with their hands, just eating this food. And I said to myself, oh my God, I have 2 little boys. Who is this? Who are these people? Maybe I can organize some of my friends tununulie hawa sahani. At least, kila mtu akuwe na sahani yake na kijiko yake na kikombe yake. Yeah? Me, I didn't even think twice. After I got the information that this is a children's home called Baraka, I went on my personal, hata sikuingia in my page or the prayer closet. Nilienda on my personal Wairimu profile timeline. I said, listen, I put the video there and people gave me 110,000 shillings. So I teamed up with a lady called Pastor Anwa Lawrence, who went and did the shopping and delivered it. So when she delivered the plates and and at this time I had already called the mama mwenye hiyo nyumba nikamwambia, hey, my name is Orimo, somebody send me a video, hey, we are gonna buy you the silverware, the plates and whatever. You guys are not gonna have. Kalia akasema, nikamuuliza, how many approximately do you need? She said 265. But then because we feed other neighboring kids and whatever, about 300, maybe Mnulia 400. We bought 400 pieces of cups, plates, kila kitu 400.
Wow.
And it was delivered. Now, you never know who's following you on social media. That is why I keep going. I have to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
While I delivered that na video ikaonekana ikaekwa hapo, the kids are thanking me and crying and whatnot. One of my fans from Canada akanipigia simu na messenger. Mind you, after the stuff was delivered on Friday and the video went on live and whatever, I had come from doing another fundraising. I don't remember whose it was. And then I took on Baraka. So I had two fundraisers the same week. And now my husband is getting pissed off and annoyed, saying, hey, hii maneno sitasumbua my fans. Like, people are going to start wondering, hey, why are you not even giving people time to breathe? I said, it's not that I don't want to give people time to breathe, but ukitumiwa picha kama hiyo video na wewe ni mzazi, what are you gonna do? You don't have the money to go and help them on your own. You're gonna have to do what you gotta do. And you know what I said to him? Don't worry about it. You know what? The people that gave yesterday are not the ones that are giving today. I have a lot of followers, so never worry about the followers. Yeah. And it made me think I think you need to slow down. You know, I don't think I'll slow down. You don't understand. You know, when somebody has a vision and you're trying to explain to somebody and they're not getting it, and you want to choke them for them to understand, hey, this is a vision. I have to do. I feel sick if I don't do this fundraiser. I feel sick. I feel like I'm walking into disobedience.
It bothers you. It gives you sleepless nights.
It does. It does. So I say to him, please understand that I'm coming from a place of nimesukumwa sana. I couldn't even sleep that night until we raised that money. So while we were talking back and forth, simu ikaingia. A lady called me, said, Wairimu Kimani, I am your fan. I love you. I am your die-hard secret fan. I mean, I admire what you're doing. You know what? I really have to obey the Spirit of the Lord now. I said, okay, what's your issue again? Akaniambia, I have nimesikia Mungu akinenenea. I send you 21,000 shillings. That's like 2 million. $21,000. Okay, I said, can you repeat that? Nikaeka simu kwa speakerphone. I said, repeat what you just said now. I said, that, akasema, hiyo place yenye mlienda Baraka, hata mkiwapatia nini plates and the place is falling apart, it doesn't make sense. So mimi nitatuma hii pesa kwa sababu nimesikia nikisukumwa ndani yangu. I felt the Lord is pushing me to do this. I want you guys to give me your account number so that I put this money and then you can go and reconstruct or reshape it, whatever you want to do. Yeah. Sasa nikauliza bwana yangu, unaona you are complaining about caps that I'm bothering people. Sasa angalia vile Mungu ametenda. On that particular day, the lady sent about 15,000 and then she sent another 6,000 on Monday.
Well, that is more than 2 million Kenyan money.
Yeah?
That is more than 2 million Kenyan money.
I know. No, it was actually 2.1. Yeah. 2.1 million. Sasa pesa imeingia. Tunashindwa hii pesa. Do we send to the woman ama tutafanya nini? Huyu akasema hapana, we can't send it to the woman. Kwa sababu akienda akule and then mwenye alitupea pesa tutamjibu namna gani?
Yanabi Wairimu Kimani.
Now akasema, nikamwambia okay, now wewe juu ulikuwa you are questioning my ministry, fanya hivi, wewe simamia hii mjengo because he loves mijengos and all that stuff. He loves, you know, men like that.
Yeah.
So you handle this money, jengea watu, let's at least reshape and remodel this place. So when we were looking around, tukaona kubomoa that structure is gonna cost more. It's actually gonna cost a lot more to bomoa that structure and bring it again from the ground. So we decided we are gonna work with what we have and the money that we have. Okay. Yeah. So then we took on it and we started. Now we had to strengthen those walls. We had to put pillars. We had to weka chuma na nini. A lot of work, which ended up now surpassing the money, and we ended up adding another almost 800,000-900,000 us.
Wow.
Because when you start on something, you don't want to stop.
Yeah, you don't want to stop. Yeah.
So we ended up adding almost 900,000 us sisi wenyewe, and we completed the whole building. And let me tell you, to this day, there's nothing as fulfilling. I think that's one of the projects that I took on that it makes me just, I don't know,
I know
sense my heart in.
Incredible. Like I saw it and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is good. It is incredible, Wairimu, and I pray you will never stop, because I have seen you change so many lives. I have seen Momani and others. Like I follow you. I know I do follow you a lot, and I know hata tukikutumia mbao hapa na pale, we know inasaidia once.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, when I say I have seen you doing it, when I told you, like, I wish I could call you Mother Teresa, because I follow you. I have seen what you have done. And again, I want us to talk about this LD project, the school. Mm-hmm. Is it you and your husband just built in Eldoret, right?
Yes.
Now tell us about it, because that is so amazing. Like, tell us about it, please.
So he was born and raised in LD.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an orphan. And his parents were givers, as in they gave so hard. So a few years ago, when we just got married, he said, the Lord is calling me to do something. Initially, he thought that it was something to do with the preachers. We had this idea of him constructing a retreat center for pastors in Kenya. And the retreat center, his idea was for it to have a chapel, alafu manyumba za kulala, and a very huge kitchen where the pastors can go and eat for free.
Yeah.
Because, we have those pastors wakogeshagi, nobody cares about them.
That's true.
And kazi ya Bwana is very tedious. People need breaks here and there. Mm-hmm. And we had a design and we thought, okay, this is what we are gonna do. Mm-hmm. Next minute, ndio huyo. Hapana, kwa hilo plot iko nini LD, a place called Kamukunji. Mm-hmm. No, he had gone to Kenya. He went to Kenya. Mm-hmm. And while he was just walking around, he saw this little girl, and I'll send you that picture. He saw a little girl, na watoto wengine wawili. Mm-hmm. And this little girl had this baby that she was holding on, and they were begging. Mm-hmm. So my husband was like, guy, first wakauliza, nyinyi mmekula? Kasema, why sisi hata hatujakula in like 3 days. And this little baby was crying non-stop. And I remember he said, alipitia hapo mara mbili. And that baby did not stop crying. So he called them, put them in his car, akawapeleka mahali kwa duka, like a wholesale shop, akanunua soda na mkate. Those kids ate. They ate and ate and ate and could not stop eating. Walikula mpaka huyu akashtuka. Then he was like, sasa hata wakikula. Then what? Nitawaachia nani mimi na nimewaona? What am I gonna do? Akauliza mama yenu wako wapi? Madhe alienda kutafuta kibarua. Haya, sasa akashindwa nitafanya nini? We have some rental homes. Mm-hmm. Kuna some small rental homes that we have. Tumejenga karibu na university ya LD. Mm-hmm. Na so my husband decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and settle them there. Just gonna go and I mean, what do I have to lose? These are kids. Yeah. These are small girls. Mm-hmm. Leaving them in the streets, and then anything happens to them, I will never be
haunt him forever.
So alirudi now, wakakaa mahali walikuwa wamekaa, so that when the mother came, because they had to wait until the mother comes, ndio ajue wamepeleka wapi. Kambia, hey, let's go. Akaenda akawapeleka huko in one of his homes. The following day akarudi, akanunua mavitanda na nini and established them. Akawaacha huko. So now we adopted that family to this day. Mm-hmm. So now out of those kids, ndio wali inspire now. I think how many other kids are like this? This is crazy. So kwa hiyo nini place, because there's a very huge slum around there. Alikuwa na plot kubwa. So he decided to build a school. I remember it cost us a lot. It's crazy. So then when the school was complete, akasema, you know what, I feel like we should not even charge anything in this school. I'm like, what? What?
What?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a private school. Sasa tumeomoka. Early retirement, my friend. Eh? Allah? No. It's
Mhm.
gonna be a non-profit thing, and we are gonna supply everything. I'm thinking to myself, how? From where? Mungu atapeana. Sasa utafanya nini? And indeed, God has been very faithful. We did our first intake, and hey,
So as we speak, the school is functional.
yes, it
And it
is.
is free of charge.
Free. Uniform, meals.
Do you do vetting?
Huh?
Do you do vetting, like to know who is supposed to be, who is
Yeah.
qualified?
Oh, yeah. There are people on the ground. There are
And so
people on
how
the
are you
ground.
guys managing to pay the teachers, the books, the
It's
uniforms?
the Lord.
You give
God always has people in place to support your vision. And there's also a lot of family members involved.
okay.
And it's family that is so blessed that they can't even steal from you. Nini watakuibia wewe? These people, yani, they are sailing in a lot of money. Yani, they have a lot of money. So we decided to put them as part of, the project.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the ones that really, really help us a lot. And we also used to have some feeding programs. In fact, I have those pictures whereby every Friday, not every Friday, 2 Fridays a month, we had started a feeding program for kids. And then, of course, COVID hit.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, we had to, wakasema, hapana, you can't do this. So we stopped. But we were feeding almost 500 kids, mchele na mbosho. Just rice and beans. Yeah. And oh my God, like so many kids. Yeah. It was unbelievable. So yeah, we have a vetting team. It's not easy because you can only take so many kids.
True.
You can only take so many kids. So
is it a boarding school or it's a day school?
It's a day school.
It is a day school.
Yeah, we are thinking about once we get enough support, then hey, when what the plan is right now, we are functioning. Once we start now introducing it to some of our friends, some of our company friends, and whatever people that have companies and his whatever. So now those people, now once you introduce the vision to them and show them exactly what is happening on the ground, you can now present the problem and tell them, hey, we want to expand.
Okay.
We want to expand. We don't think that these kids are safe kwenda nyumbani. Hey, can we just have them staying in the school? So now you present it to them and they release the funds and then you expand.
Wow, but so far I'm so happy about the project because there is already a foundation on the ground.
Yeah.
The kids are already in school, you have hired some teachers, you have already created opportunities, for people who didn't have jobs. Yeah. And you are paying them and the well-wisher out of your pockets. You have also created job opportunities for people in America. Wairumuke money, I think, I don't know what to ask you, but what is that major project you have ever done? Or maybe you helped someone and you felt like, even if I was to die today, I have achieved or I have done something. Or maybe not yet, tuambie kama bado tugoje, but have you ever done something or changed someone's life whereby you felt, even if I was like to go off social media kidogo, I have done something?
Yeah, I have done several things. One, my favorite one obviously will always remain as Baraka. Baraka was one of the major thing, because if you remember the before and after pictures,
very well.
Oh my God, if you go to my page and type Baraka on the search, utaona the before pictures. Na utajua hujui. So it was crazy. The place was raining. It was terrible. And I'm glad we were able to do that before COVID happened.
Yeah, true.
So you can imagine if the kids were going through that and then now here comes COVID. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
And then there's also another children's home called the Great Hope Children's Home. We went there. We bought the kids. They didn't have school uniforms. We went there. We bought school uniform. We paid their rent. And then second time we went to them with the help of my friend Karango Muraya, we were able to raise almost 200,000 shillings for them.
Wow.
Yeah, and that home is a small home, smaller home in Githurai. Before that, we even went to Naivasha. This was even before I started the platform. And we went to a place in Naivasha. This place inaitwa Dafifi or Davivi or whatever you call it. Dafifi.
Dafifi, something.
Dafifi. Hiyo Dafifi place. There's a plantation ya nini ya kahawa. And many of the kids that live in that area, they are orphaned by nini, wamekufa sana sana, wengi wao ni ukimwi. So we went there and bought uniforms for the kids. There was almost 37 or 38 in a children's home uko. We bought uniforms, we paid their school fees, all of them, and we sent them to school. Now, here came the problem that led me to niachane na hao watu. Because the school head teacher alikula some of the money. And the uniforms that were supposed to go to the kids, they went to her own kids and her relatives. And because we didn't have some good ground of people, what were ground, we decided, you know what, how tuliwaacha hivyo? You know, I don't even know what happened to those kids. But it was very painful to lose a lot of money to a greedy person. They never reached out to me. I'm hoping that they found help. But that was also another one that we went in and, oh my God, we just took pretty much the whole neighborhood kids and threw them in school and bought them some school uniform. So there's all those now, and then paying rent there's another guy that came. His name is Paul Mungai. I mobilized for his funds. We paid rent for him for a whole year. Yeah, now that's another one that was from Tuko. And he was brought by Tuko, and then he was brought by another lady called Masawe Japani. Masawe Japani also brought him, and that's from Tuko. He did not get the help. So he went looking for help in Masawe Japani. And then he didn't get the help. Then when I saw him, I reached out to him, and we brought him. We paid his rent. He had rent arrears of almost 90,000. We paid that off. You know, we paid the 90,000 and also paid rent for the rest of the year from like May up until December. And then we bought for the wife a laptop, and she started a printing company.
I remember that case.
Yes.
I remember that one.
So she started a printing and graphics, and I heard she's doing very well. We did bring them again a second time with Karango Muraya and raised another 360,000 shillings for medication, because even if we were able to establish her, but this guy takes a lot of medicine.
Yeah, true.
So that's another case. In fact, that guy is always very, 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 very grateful. You know, when you change lives of people and they come back and tell you, know, I was very suicidal, could have killed myself. Why not you who valued my life and came in and helped me? Then we had Robert Wanyonyi. Robert Wanyonyi is another one. We've gone almost 3 times.
Too, yeah.
We've gone 3 times. We've paid rent for him. In fact, 2020 we paid his rent. 2021 the whole year rent. And so it's just a lot of things. And then we also have another guy called Askari ni Binadamu. Another one now. Huyo na yeye, he does charity work in Turukana. And he gives clothes and sana panty to Turukana women. Huyo na yeye, the Lord spoke to me. Haya, sasa napatiana, yeye anapatiwa na nani? I just had this voice. Sasa he's always giving. Who gives him? Because I believe he's not a millionaire. He's not a millionaire. Huyo si millionaire. So I went in and fundraised for him. We got 130,000 for him. I told him, this is your money. We are saying thank you to you. We see you. We've noticed you. We see the work you're doing. And we blessed him. Yeah. And his life has never been the same. Then the other one that I loved the most, Niyanani, the name of this guy. It's escaped my head. Nitakumbuka tu. But yeah, those are just some of the few people that we've been able to help a lot. na tumewabadilishia maisha yao na Mungu amekuwa mwaminifu. So we
Kabisa,
thank God.
you
Oh,
have
this
done a lot.
guy, this is now the other guy from diaspora, hapa diaspora.
The one from Seattle?
The one from Seattle.
Yeah,
Remember, I
remember.
raised $10,000
Yeah, that
on
was
my
good.
own, with the help, of course, of the donors. I pushed for that campaign, pushed
Yeah,
and
I
pushed and
remember
pushed.
that
And
campaign.
Pastor Boro is still my friend to this day. To this day, he calls me from Kenya. Calls me from Kenya.
How is he doing?
He's doing
I
very well.
remember that campaign. I remember when you were doing that campaign, there is something that I was doing, and I was like, oh boy, I won't support this one. But anyway, God knows I have something on the table. I truly remember that guy because I was bothered. I'm not giving, but I was like, I have something else on the table, so God will understand. So how is he doing?
He's doing, the last I heard, he's doing very well.
Okay.
His wife was not doing well. I haven't even reached out to him to follow up. She was still in the same comatose position. I need to reach out and find out because I have not talked to him in a while. Maybe about 2 or 3 months ago is when I heard from him. But he's doing well. He's settled at home.
Okay.
Still uses the cane, but a lot better than what he was when he left.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, but that's one of them that, oh my God, everybody, that one, oh Lord.
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah, that one was a huge one.
Yeah, I followed it and I saw it and I was like, this must be so fulfilling. Because I always say, it doesn't matter how much money I have in my account and how many million or billions I have in my account, but how many lives have I changed? You know, when I die, do I want to leave millions in my account or I want to leave people languishing in poverty? And most likely people who came to you and you shut the door for them. So I can tell it must be a fulfilling journey for you, you know, changing people's life and also having people to support you to do this because it is also tough.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you to your husband as well because Wairumo Kimani, sometimes without his support, it is not easy also. Unaweza pata hata ndoa, you know, imeporomoka because he'll be like, we're just giving, you're not caring about us. So we thank him too. Hatumuonangi sana social media, but tumwambie tunashukuru pia because you can't do it without his support. That's for sure.
Absolutely not. If I didn't have his support and him being my number one supporter, even on my page, I mean, I write a lot of things. I say a lot of things. And he's my number one critic and also very, very supportive. Very supportive, extremely supportive. He's the kind that picked up my gift and decided to push it to another level. You know, he had the studio ideas, you know, have this big backdrop. You can see it here. He designed that. So just being very supportive. I mean, you know, he tells me, don't listen to what people are saying because you're always going to have some haters.
True.
I have a lot of haters.
Yeah. Salute. Okay, now let's go to something else. This is kind of very emotional. It's going to touch many people in one way or the other. It comes 2020. I think it was a toughest year for everyone. But for you, I think this is the year you experience bullies.
Oh, yes.
So tell me, how were you able to overcome the bullies? Like, how did you take it?
How
maneuver?
Well, it's so funny because 2020 was one of the years that I was blessed the most financially. In fact, I think I gave so much last year. It was unbelievable. I did a lot of projects last year.
You did a lot. Actually,
a lot of projects.
You did a lot of projects.
Maybe I did projects back, and I was looking back and I'm like, oh my God, this is the 19th project that we've done, raising a lot of money, you know. But then there was a lot of bullying and a lot of hate and a lot of trolling.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Let me tell you, I nearly lost my mind. I was very close to sinking into a very bad depression, because I remember one time I cried to God and I said to him, mbona uliniita nikutumikie? Have you ever reached a point where you're like, why did you call me and then release me into this kind of trolls and hate and, you know, just disrespect and disregard and the shaming? You know, now unakuwa mpaka ashamed. My hair became a subject.
I know. I remember.
As
And
simple
you
as hair
pleading and
with a
praying, because I
little
remember
relaxer.
the people who are calling you Pastor Bonoko for no reason.
A lot.
You were here too. And
My
that's
hair, can you imagine nywele on my hair? That is what we used to do in high school. I did not know that I would find it in adult world. Never had I thought will happen. That as simple as hair. Hata hii relaxer yenye natumianga ni ya watoto. It's not even adult relaxer. It's beginners for kids. It was unbelievable. I don't even know. And you know, it started from Pastor Boro's event, from when I raised that 1 million, the 10,000.
Really?
That is when one of the bullies started.
So what did that have to do with?
That is when one of the bullies started. That one particular bully, the one particular bully started on that time when that fundraising was over, is when I started getting shamed because I had involved a certain women group. And of course, she doesn't like the women group and a whole lot of things. I don't want to get into the detail of that. But that's now how because people ask me, mwanamke anakulizanga nini? It started around that time. Before that, we were even friends. In fact, I was even donating to her charity projects before that. But when I involved a certain women group in the fundraiser, the bullying started. To this day, even the other day I was bullied. I was told I have miguu ya toothpick. Na nywele sijui inakaaje.
Still going on today?
Even to this day, see, I was told by another lady that one of the bullies was calling for me. Mwenye anajua Irimo Kimani amwambie namtaka, namhitaji.
For what?
Me, I'm there minding my own business. And then people are telling me, hey, somebody ati anakuhitaji. She said she wanted to start insulting two women, me and another one. Yeah. And mwambie Wairimu Kimani na muhitaji, huyu Wairimu ako na kalikit na miguu ya toothpick. And that's a grown woman, by the way.
Miguu yako ilionewa wapi na mwanamke mwingine? Miguu yako mwanamke mwingine alionea wapi? Just ask
hata kama ni ya toothpick, it's not with her, it's with me. And I'm married. My husband loves me the way I am, with my miguu ya toothpick na kalikit ya whatever. Na hiyo ubonoko yangu, it's me, mine. It's in my system. I'm carrying those legs. Nimeambiwa vitu mingi, kalisha matako huko, sijui nini. Hakuna kitu sijaambiwa. So 2020 was crazy. I nearly went nuts because I had like several women against me. Some were supporting and cheerleading this bully. Huyu mwenye alianzanisha na mimi na yeye. Some were supporting her. So she had her own gang of women who are now on me night and day. In fact, this woman now turned against them and started insulting them. And I said, you know what? Let them feel what I was feeling. Let them feel it, because it's very, very painful. When you're waking up, you're lined up with drama. Hata hujui imetoka wapi. You're insulted with the calling that God has placed in your life. You're trolled. You're physically umetolewa nguo. You're called a devil, and just because you're praying for people on social media, unatukanwa na Mungu wako. It was crazy.
It was crazy. I think you must have felt like you were walking naked.
And never at any time.
You know,
did you see me going in with them head to head ananitusi na mtusi. It got to a point whereby now I thought I'm going to lose my mind. I invited one of the girls as a guest. We were talking about anger management. And now she took the whole thing and now we started addressing the bullies. But you know what I said? That is the last time they are ever gonna hear from me. Last. Because you're trying to clean out your name, you're trying to clean it and clean it and clean it, but these people will never stop. I don't think they'll ever stop until they die.
Actually, the more you try and the more they put in mud on your name over and
That's the
over.
thing. Until somebody now sat me down, a very good friend of mine. He's in Kenya, very prominent guy. He called me aside. He had never talked to me. I didn't know that he follows me on social media. He was friends with one of them. And then Akaona, he was watching helplessly. And he called me, he pulled me aside and said, Wairimu Kimani, I really want to have a one-on-one with you. Can you give me your WhatsApp number? In fact, nilikuwa nimekataa because I was thinking, hey, why? This guy, yani you're asking for my number, like, are you for real? Like, I didn't know niye. Sikujua niye. Ala? So me, I gave him my number. Akanipigia simu. When I heard it was him. Akaniambia, you're going to make me 2 promises. You're going to shut up and focus on what God has called you to do. Yeah? And number 2, you are going to have to ignore. Never respond to anybody. Never respond. Act dead. They are dead to you. Do not respond. Just keep quiet. Wacha wakutukane, 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 wakutukane. Wachana now. From now on. Because remember, I had gone live and addressed them. Not even once, I think twice. And they never stopped. To this day. Nilitumaniwa the other day. Somebody aliniambia nilitumaniwa huko.
Did it affect your marriage in any way? What did your husband say? Like,
no, it did not. And I'm sorry, I'm going to do a quick call. Maybe you can talk to your people, kidogo. Let me do a quick call. Just a minute.
That's fine.
Okay. Maybe dialed by mistake. Anyway, so I'm very sorry about that. It was a business call. So anyway, it was no, it did not, because what I did, I hid him away from that. I did not want him to know. I had to cover hard. I had to really, really, really cover hard. I hid that from him completely.
You did the best thing. You did the best thing.
He did not know what I was going. Well, at one point he asked me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then akaanza discussions. You really need to focus on you and what you're doing. Don't worry about people. What watasema. And I thought, huyu mtu kwani anajua what is going on. So I didn't even engage in that. Hata sikuongea hiyo maneno. I left it alone. I have never talked to him to this day. You know? Wow. So ilifika mahali, this guy said, you need to focus and you need to stop addressing them. You really need to promise me that you'll never do that. And I promise him. So from that time on, I have never, from that time on, hata wakinitukana, they turn blue. Me, they'll never hear my name mentioning their names, and I will never go live and talk about them. That is never gonna happen. And maybe they'll watch this video. I hope they'll watch this video because they should hear it. I'll never, 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 never address them ever in my life. To me, they don't exist. They don't exist in my world. So I don't even need to worry about them. Never am I going to address it because it was so tedious and overwhelming thinking about them, trying to figure out what you're going to do. And oh, Lord, it was hard. It was impossible.
It was
impossible.
It was bad. I was like, in what world have I been living? Am I naive or do I live in my own world? I have heard of body shaming.
Yeah.
But now this bullying was like, oh my God, I have never seen this. I could try watch the videos, but I could not even go past 1 minute. I was like, no, I can't. This is too, but like I can't even listen. It was toxic for everyone until I started telling you, God, you need to stop this thing. This is way too and beyond. And I am so glad that you are, I was worried. I was so concerned about you guys. I was like, I hope no one will take their lives because of this.
I will not wish that for even my worst enemy. You know what? I will not even wish that for them. I would never wish that for them because it's the worst thing that anybody can go through. I lost a lot of friends in the process. My prayer life was so distorted and affected. There are moments I just could not pray. I would cancel prayers for a whole week,
That's why
because you don't even have the
God.
words.
That is why you start even questioning God, like, why are you exposing me to all this?
Mimi niliwaachia Bwana. The God that called me is faithful. And let me tell you, their day is coming. Their day will come. I'm telling you the truth. Their day will come. Mimi nilifunga hii mdomo. You'll never even hear me or even write a comment or say anything. That ain't gonna happen. And you know what? They can go on. I don't care. It is never gonna happen. I have a husband that adores me. I have a family that is so close to me. My family is really, really close. We are very close. My brothers and sisters and their wives and all those people. We are very close. And then God has blessed me with a wonderful business. Yani, hata nilikuwa naangalia nashindwa, what was I even thinking? Look at what the Lord has done for me. Why am I even giving myself so much, putting so much energy in that toxic environment? Focus. This is why I go on my page. Look at how my page has grown. Nilianza hii page last year in November. Last year in November is when I started the page.
In November? Wow.
That is when I started the page. That is actually, it started in 2019, but last year in November is when now I started going live on it. The page was there, but it was dormant, dead. But last year in November is when I'd say that I really started active ministry there on the public page. Most of the time I was in the prayer closet. Wacha nikuambie, I have so much to live for. I'm not going to let anybody cut my life in half. No, it's not going to happen. As long as I have support from my immediate family, my husband and my kids, and that support, and the Lord has blessed me, you know what? I am not going to fork.
That's all you need, Wairumo. That's all you need.
I did not come to America with anybody. I came to my parents. I came to my parents. I did not come with any. I didn't know them. I did not know them. And the same way, the way you did not know them, you don't know them even now. You don't know them even now. So wewe achana na watu. Focus. And they'll never get even an ounce of my attention. Hata nikaanikwa nikiwa bila nguo. They'll never get even an ounce of my attention. They do not exist in my world. No, they do not.
Good.
So hata kama wakienda waongee vile waongee, they have, you know what, their mouths, people can use their mouths the way they want to use it.
That's true.
They are at liberty. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. People can say whatever they want to say. No, they ain't gonna hear from me. No.
And I will tell you this, Wairumo Kimani. You see, whenever you are up there, no one who is above you will try to bring you down. Never. No. But those people, below you, they will always try to bring you down, to bring you to where they are, to bring you in the mud. So I will tell you, do not lose focus. And do not let these people bring you down. And I want to talk to, because I have seen very young girls, trolling you on Facebook, asking you, unapikia bwana yako lini, sijui unafanya nini. Guys, I hope each and everyone have heard from Wairumo Kimani what she has achieved. She is a CEO. So by the time you're trying or thinking of trolling her, what do you have on the table? What do you have to offer? Have you even helped a neighbor with a meal for one day? Because Wairumo Kimani has done a lot. Before you go trolling someone, think to yourself, and what have I done? Wairumo Kimani, you have all had. She's a CEO. She has her own managers. So that means she doesn't have to go to work, and she has all the time to do what she needs to do. So by you, starting following Wairumo Kimani on Facebook, asking her, well, unapikanga sangapi, unakuanga kazi lini, and when are you working? You yourself, you're trolling someone who owns her own company. You are trolling someone mwenye unaona Facebook unafikiria na waste time yake, and her bank is getting fat.
Yeah.
twice before you start calling people names. Think twice before you start questioning, integrity ya watu wengine. I think each and everyone should question themselves before you start finger pointing other people. So, Wairimu Kimani, I am so proud of you, and I want us to tell us. I want you to tell us in 5 years, where do you see yourself in 5 years to come?
So in 5 years, I see myself doing full-time charity work. In 5 years, I see myself selling my business and pretty much retiring. Yeah, I see myself pretty much either franchising or selling it completely and getting into full-time ministry as far as charity work is concerned.
Wow, in 5 years?
Yeah, in the next
5 years?
In the
Wow.
next 5, if it's in the will of God, that's what I want. Let me clarify that. That is what I want. But if it's in God's will, I see myself doing a lot of charity. We haven't even built a hospital. We want to build a hospital. That's my dream. That's my dream. I haven't even gotten there.
In Kenya?
In Kenya. I'm never going to settle in Kenya. No, I'm not settling there. But I'm going to do a lot of charity work there. There's going to be a hospital. There's going to be, of course, the school. The school is going to expand. I just want to go out for people and help them and change their lives. And, the Lord changed mine. Why can't I change somebody else's life? Yeah, so I'm seeing myself there heading that direction. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Ukianza hospitali utuite tukusindikishe. I'm lost of what a hospital. I know I have thought of helping people back home, but I've never thought of a hospital. Never.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so
yeah,
kind.
and of course there is I still don't want to give up on the pastor's retreat center. That's also something that we are talking about. But of course, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of groundwork that is happening at the moment. There's a lot of groundwork that is happening. A lot of logistics taking place. That is why I don't have time for other. No, there's a lot of things that are cooking in preparation for the next 5 years. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are happening. But I want to retire in 5 years.
Wow.
I'm not that old.
I need to come to Seattle. I think we need to sit down. I think there is a lot of leaf I need to borrow from you. Let me talk to my husband and see if he can pay a ticket for me to come over and have a cup of tea with you, because I think there is a lot. I need to come with a, what do we call it, a notebook and a pen.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I didn't see you retiring in 5 years, so that is a shocker for me. I was
the goal.
Thinking utaniambia vile utakuwa umeendeleza story ya fundraising and all that, but wow, in 5 years.
Well, I'm gonna do a lot of fundraisers.
Big dreams. Wow.
I'm gonna do a lot of fundraisers. That's what charity is all about. We just got a pay bill. My husband just got a pay bill number and M-Pesa phone. So that is preparation for a lot of charity work. So yeah, we got a phone, M-Pesa pay bill number. Of course, that is gonna be also used by some of our donors. We also have donors from Kenya that are willing to partner with us for the school, because you hear it's 100% provided for, no school fees, no. And I don't know whether you saw the pictures of the school. It's high tech.
Yeah, I saw them.
It's really high tech. They're gonna use screens.
School.
We are planning on upgrading it to use computerized screens for the teachers.
Oh wow!
So it's a lot of, oh my God, 5 years. I think my head will have, I don't know. Yeah. God help me. But I have a lot of. I didn't know all
these things, but now I see why I always wanted to call you Mother Teresa. I see why. I will tell you this, Wairimu Kimani. You see, every time you have a project, or every time God is trying to glorify Himself, there will always be that one person attacking you.
Yeah.
Remember, Satan himself, he uses other people. So you will
Mhm.
never see the devil in form of a devil. He will always come in form of a human being.
Mhm.
And like you have said, 2020, you achieved a lot, but it
Mhm.
is still the same year you got attacked a lot. So every time, I mean, God is trying to elevate or to glorify himself, there is always be something like trying. And I will tell you, I think these bullies will always try to, to distract your attention, but we tell you, stay focused. Do not lose focus. Do not, throw away the towel and, decide to throw away what God called you for. So stay focused, achieve your dreams. And with that, because I know you have helped so many people, Wairimu Kimani, I will say personally, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of where you're going. So proud to hear you retiring in 5 years. Unuzie kampuni tafadhali, hiyo tutaongea huko nyuma ya tent.
Mhm.
Ndio uniachie baraka. Nataka unionjeshe hizo baraka zako pia mimi nizionje.
Yeah.
And before we close, I believe I will have you again. We have a lot that we do not talk about. I have seen you talking about HMIs. That is something, that's the topic I wanted us to touch, but not today. We have gone for 2 hours already. I want you to tell me one thing before we close. Wewe ni mkali.
Yeah. I think I don't like, what do I say? I've been in a place of leadership from when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I don't like nonsense. I believe that we all should act our age.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I believe. And being a mother and seeing my kids behaving like kids, wanacheza kama hao, and then you're seeing a grown adult acting like one, it just pisses me off. Now, I have the thing I have is self-control, because kuna watu wengine, you know what I do now? I block people. I have blocked so many people. I don't want to
I
see
bet
them.
you have. I bet you
Yeah,
have.
I really don't want to see them, and I don't want to see what they are writing, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to sanitize my environment, nisishikwe na makasiriko, because makasiriko utashikwa nayo. We are human. And I know my boiling point. I know I can boil and boil over.
Yeah.
Yeah? So what I do is that even in my platform, you'll find people just insulting me. I don't even respond to them
in
at
your inbox?
give them a piece. No. On like, say for instance, I put a HMI and then I give my own opinion. There's always gonna be those trolls that will disagree, but disrespectfully.
Yes, that's
so badala ya mimi niende niwajibu ati hey, whatever, I block. Even on my page, I've blocked thousands of followers. Nime-block. I said after what I went through in 2021, I'm never gonna entertain any negative energy.
Don't.
One of the words that I tell people, even in the prayer closet, is always make a little heaven down where you are. Exactly. You have the power to make the place where you are, that little area, hata kama ni ka bed sitter, you have the ability and the power to make a little heaven down there. When you make a little heaven down there, there's nothing else that will matter. Hata ukiitwa sijui miguu toothpick, kalikit bonoko, that does not even matter. But when you make a little heaven, you focus on the nice people, the people that love you, the people that take care of you. You focus on your children, you focus on your husband, you focus on your business, you focus on the blessings that God has given you. Yeah. So, Mimi, I block. That is one of the best things that Facebook ever did, because can you imagine if there was no power to block? And you're constantly seeing and ingesting all this energy. A lot of people
would be dead by now.
No, a lot of people would be dead. So block. I've blocked a lot of people. Unbelievable. A lot of people. But I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm not going to let anybody steal my joy, because some of these people that behave like that, they have issues. Some of them have mental health issues. They have mental health issues, because if you're going to bully somebody for 2-3 years, I mean, I can understand 1 year. But the same
Even
thing
1 year is
over
a lot.
and
Where do
over.
you get all this time to bully people? Even that 1 year, it's a lot.
It is a lot, but you know what? You can degree ya kuchomeka na kukua na makasiriko, it depends on everybody. It's different. So kuna mtu anaweza elongate for a whole year. That's fine. But when it comes to another year and you're repeating the same thing, at what point are you gonna stop? At what point are you gonna tell yourself, you know what? This is just all nonsense. She's not paying attention to me. I'm gonna leave her alone. At what point does your brain tell you to stop? If your brain is not telling you to stop, then you have a mental health issue. You have a problem. Because isn't it tiring to repeat the same insults, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing? You're making my life as a project of your hate. It's you know what? Some people are beyond repair. They are so broken, they are beyond repair. And sina dawa yao. So what you do, you block them and keep them out of your environment. Keep them out. When you keep them out of your environment, you will enjoy every day. You will live a healthy life. You will.
Yeah.
By the grace of God.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been tough. And I would say thank you so much for coming in. I still have more questions for you, but because we have gone for more than 2 hours, please allow me to invite you next time. And this time I want us to talk about HMIs. I want us to talk about marriages, because I'm so concerned about marriages, and especially you. I usually need your comment, and I'm like, oh boy, this one, because I think we have normalized so many bad things in the marriages that we don't even want to hear the truth. And so when you type, you're saying the truth, I'm like, this one, somebody will be saying something to Wairimu Kimani. And I so believe it's high time we start talking the truth and we start telling people as it is. The one reason I love about you is you do not sugarcoat. You call a spade, a spade, not a big spoon. You and John Wangendo, I love you guys because and it comes to hitting, you just hit on the head without sugarcoating or without saying, no, apana, mimi ninahubiri, mimi ninaombea watu. I love you for that, because in most cases when it comes to marriages, people want us to rub their back to ambia, oh, it's gonna be okay. Even when it is so clear it's not gonna be okay. Even when there is red flags all over, people want to hear, oh, it's gonna be okay. Nah, I love the fact that you are telling them the truth. And especially our young girl, I love it when I see those 23, 25 young men and women coming to you and you are able to tell them the truth. Because that is the only way we're going to change, the marriage setting ya siku hizi. There is no way tutafunga macho na to assume our marriages zitakuwa like za akina mama yetu. No, we are living in a very different world. And this world of today, we need to talk the truth. We need to tell our children, our sons, our nephew, or whoever the truth. Otherwise, marriages zitaendelea ku break up each and every single day. Or else, watu wataendelea kuwana kila siku mpaka tunawalazimisha kukaa to be in a place that they're not supposed to be. So thank you so much, Wairimu Kimani. God bless you. I thank you for those 2 hours. Aki, I know how busy you are. So having 2 hours from you, it is an honor. I will say God bless you, and I hope you will give me another opportunity. Let's talk to these people.
Absolutely.
Young people. Let's talk about marriages. Let's tell these people the truth. And I think one day I will bring you and John Wangendo together. Wacha tuongeleshe hawa watu. I know tutachapwa mawe, but we have to say the truth at the end of the day.
The truth sets free.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I had a wonderful time. I'm sorry I started a little late, but hey, thank you for your patience and for your understanding.
I know watu wengi, especially wa nyumbani wenye walikuwa wamegojea walilala, but we will share it. They will follow. They have here and they were like, oh, we can't wait to see Wairimu Kimani, but we will share it. They're gonna follow on the YouTube or our Facebook page. We shall share up there. So
absolutely.
Thank you, Wairimu Kimani. I love you. Continue doing what you're doing. We will support you where we can. And see you next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. God bless you.
Okay, God bless you too.